Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, December 15th, 2017. Welcome to another eBay video. As you can see, it is still snowing. The snow is almost over, but this entire week has been nothing but cloudy and nasty and cold once again. This is our second snowstorm of the week. Each week I tell you we don't get any sunny weather, and they're saying it's going to remain cloudy till at least next Monday. It's god-awful. Pathetic. But let's talk about the topics of today's eBay video. We're going to be talking about some sponsored links that seem to be taking us off eBay. We're going to talk more about automatic returns, and I'm going to show you a case in point. We're going to talk more about selling feedback like we did in last week's video, which is against eBay policy. A very interesting Hess toy truck story. Kathy Terrell is going to be here to discuss things with us. And we have no less than 4 cutaways we have to do today. So let's get right into it. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Joe DeMarco, and every Friday I come out here and I make an eBay video to try and help you guys be successful on eBay. So, that being said, let's get started with your comments, questions, and concerns from last week's video. On refunds, Marilyn Wilson wrote in and wrote, "Hey Joe, I've had the same issue as Rick Mayer. I've had several people wanting refunds on my mid to lower priced items. I tell them to open a refund case and send the item back and I will refund. The buyer always disappears. Rick is on spot. The scammer buyer thinks I'll just refund them and let them keep the item. I think lazy sellers have caused spoiled buyers. The same lazy sellers that work for free by pricing their items dirt cheap, messing up the market for all of us. Love your videos and your Fox News Cup, Marilyn." Yeah, I have noticed people who sell cheap items do tend to automatically just say keep the item and give people a refund. That's why I don't sell those cheaper items. On selling feedback, which is against eBay rules, Greg Coop wrote, "Hey Joe, it's really hard to believe eBay has to be told about all of the illegal activities that's taking place on their platform right under their noses. It should be a no-brainer that buying and selling intangible goods or items that do not have a physical nature, such as positive feedback, is illegal and should be caught immediately and completely eradicated by eBay, which should also include accounts being suspended or terminated. How is it that eBay is able to catch, suspend, and or terminate accounts as a result of sellers taking or making deals off eBay, or as a result of suspicions eBay may have had of sellers taking or making deals off their selling platform? Yet it appears eBay has seemingly turned a blind eye to other various obvious illegal activities, such as buying and selling positive feedback, Chinese sellers selling cheap, poor quality knockoffs, etc. I suspect the answer is final value fees. Keep up the good work, Joe." Also on positive feedback, Get a Job wrote in, "I searched for the positive feedback postings and they're now all gone. I've heard from Griff on eBay Radio there was also a product review page for positive feedback. All gone. I heard you on that show on eBay Radio as well. Good job, Joe." Quick Flip Easy Ship wrote, "Update. It looks like they are now listing as 100% feedback instead of positive feedback to get around the flaggings." He has brought up an interesting point. I went ahead and I checked, and believe it or not, there are some people, very few, but there are some, actually selling feedback right now. So, before we continue reading your comments, questions, and concerns, let us do a segue to the eBay Bad Sellers Hall of Shame! Okay, like Quick Flip Easy Ship said, I decided to do a search right here on 100% feedback, and sure enough, there are 3 listings at this time. What makes one of them a lot different from the others is that this one right here says donate for charity, 100% feedback, same day delivery. But you'll notice there is no charity icon right here. In order to donate for charity, you have to use an approved charity that eBay has in fact checked out and accepted. So notice it's also from the Russian Federation. This one's from Malaysia. This one's here in the United States. But let's click on this one if I may. Look, no charity icon whatsoever. Hello, this listing is for 5-star instant feedback. 100% of the price benefits St. Anna Church. C-H-I-R-C-H. Thank you. This is not an approved eBay charity. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. So yeah, right now we've got only 3 to contend with. Hopefully these 3 will be eradicated shortly. Let's get back to the video before I get sick. Okay guys, you saw in that cutaway 3 sellers that were selling positive feedback, or as they worded it, 100% feedback. 2 of the 3 were from outside of the United States. One of them was from here in the States. I highlighted one seller because that seller is egregious in nature. Not only is he committing a major policy violation by selling positive feedback, but he also claims that the money is going to charity, which it is not. You can only claim money is going to charity if it's an eBay approved C3 charity, and you'll get that little charity ribbon icon in your listing. As you saw, that seller did not have it, and he had the word charity in the listing title and in the description, which in my opinion constitutes fraud. What do you guys think about that? I'd really like to know. Comment that below if you would. To continue on reading your comments and questions, concerns from last week's, Wood and Stuff with Steve French wrote, great job getting the feedback. Great job getting the feedback for sales shut down. I don't mind unsolicited offers, but I will never do local pickup on any eBay item. It's too easy for someone to pick something up, then claim they never received it, and you have no tracking number to prove anything. Also, I'm still going, you'll someday explain what you mean when you say you're not a skeptic of any kind, because you continue to be skeptical of things that one should be skeptical of. You seem to think skeptic is a bad thing, but being skeptical is wise. One should be skeptical, lest they be screwed over, lied, and taken advantage of. Well, Steve French, that has a hidden meaning, and apparently all these years you never picked up on it. So I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to lay it out for you right now. My stalker has numerous YouTube channels. Well, right now he doesn't have any, because YouTube came in and shut him all down this week for his crap that he's pulling. But his 3 key names have always been eBay is a joke, seller skeptic, and seller critic, which apparently you missed. I don't know quite how, but apparently you did. So when I say I'm not a seller skeptic or critic of any kind, I'm basically saying I'm nothing like him. Okay? I'm an honest seller. I try and work hard. I try and help my customers. I have 100% feedback. I hope I'm making it crystal clear for you, Steve French. But if not, you comment below and I'll be more than happy to elaborate on next week's video. Now, let's move on to more eBay questions and concerns you guys had. About feedback, Frozen House wrote, eBay should do more for sellers. As for getting feedback from buyers, feedback should come automatically after a certain period of time. I have noticed a huge drop-off in feedback the last few months, ever since eBay changed the feedback leaving system. I'm telling you guys, seriously, if I sell 20 items, I'm lucky to get feedback for 1 or 2 items. It's done. The way the feedback system is set up right now, don't expect to get positive feedback from your buyers, no matter how happy they are. As far as China sellers, Duncan VR wrote, it's always a risk buying from China sellers. It's not at the cheap quality products, it's also their bad customer service and very slow shipping. I see some with over 80 negatives, and I wonder how some of those China sellers can still sell on eBay. More so, I wonder who in their right mind would buy from a China seller with over 80 negatives. Free shipping if someone buys from China sellers in many cases will be lucky to even receive the item. I avoid these China sellers with the huge numbers of negs like the plague, and I wish we could just filter them out or just make their listings no longer seen on USA eBay. I agree with him, and I have never bought from a China seller in my life. I've been on eBay for 18 years. I told you in last week's video or the week before, I was buying something, and I had a choice of getting it in the USA or from out of the country. And I would have saved $10 going out of the country. No way. My money stays right here in the good old USA. Let me stop for a second, guys, and take a drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. Oh, I love it. 5797029 wrote, Joe, it would be nice to give us a little tour around your store. Do you do all of your shipping from there? You had a video a while back with boxes being delivered to your house. Is the store nearby? It would be interesting to see a little behind the scenes. No to selling feedback. Business was very good last week. Most offers are a waste of time. Even when they say, will you take $20, I say yes and change the price to $20, then I never hear from them again. Most of the time I just answer that we are not taking offers at this time. Mike. Well, sir, I gotta tell you something. I don't like to make too many videos about myself because I make these videos to help you guys buy and sell on eBay. That's really my scene. That's what I like to do. Occasionally, I may throw some personal stuff in. For instance, Alvin the cat wrote, Joe, is Molly still around? Yes, Molly is still around and healthy and a loving beagle that she is. But as I said, I do not like to do too many videos about me personally. I like to only do eBay-related videos and occasionally the exploration videos in New York City that you know I like to do. And hopefully I'll be able to do some of them shortly if the snow ever melts and if it stops raining. I'm actually hoping to do an exploration filming on December 25th. So if we have no snow on December 25th, I got a free day, I can go out and do filming for you guys and then maybe edit it during the week and get it up the next week. But yeah, I hope that answers that question. And the last question or comment was from Purple Kyra. Joe, I won an auction and paid the seller immediately. The following day, the seller contacted me saying they had to cancel the order because they forgot they had sold the item on Craigslist. However, today I noticed they relisted the identical item at a higher price than I wanted. I feel like the seller did not want to sell it to me because it had sold for less than what the seller originally wanted. Would you leave them negative feedback? I never left a bad feedback before in my life, so I don't know. I just feel like I was scammed. Yes, I do think you were scammed. What that seller did to you was a dick move. A seller should always sell to the high price that the buyer wins for, unless it's a reserve auction, which I don't think it was in this case. If it was not a reserve auction and that guy would not sell to you for the winning bid and he relisted the same item, I think you should neg him and neg him hard. That's the way I feel. He's a bad seller. So if you want to comment more about that in this week's video, let us know what's going on. Guys, if you're going to list an auction format and you're going to start cheap, be prepared to sell cheap. I have not listed in auction formats. I don't like them because I used to get too many deadbeat bidders. And as you know, I had the problem with my stalker buying my stuff, doing a buy it now. Even when I had fixed price listings, he was doing that 4 years ago. He was doing a buy it now on my stuff because I did not require immediate payment because I did not take PayPal at the time. I had to retool my whole entire store. I took PayPal, I required immediate payment, and that was one less problem eradicated. So please, guys, please, if you're going to do auctions, be prepared to sell cheap if the buyer wins the item cheap. That being said, let's get on to some new topics because we have quite a few of them to discuss. So, besides selling my hubcaps and auto parts on eBay Motors, I am also a thrifter, okay? I buy stuff cheap and I try and sell it and make money like all you guys do. Because the holiday season is coming up, this week I took some of my thrifting items and I decided to move them into my eBay store. I decided to do some research to see what the items were selling for, because a lot of the things I'm not familiar with. And one of them was a toaster oven that I have. So I went on to eBay to do some research. I typed in the exact model toaster oven that I had to see what was being offered and how much they were going for. And I was surprised at what I saw. So let's do a quick cutaway to that, and we'll come back and discuss it. Bang! Okay, guys. Because it's the holiday season, I've been looking to dump a lot of items that I have thrifted lately. And one of the items is a Brentwood toaster oven. Now, since it's something I don't know a lot about, I decided I would go on eBay and do a little research to see what they're selling for. I was quite surprised to see how many people are using these generic pictures of the toaster oven. But that is not what I want to bring up right now. See, this is the kind of thing I was expecting. People to be taking their own pictures and showing them like this person. But what really surprised me is when I scrolled to the very bottom of the listing. Look at this. Look at all these sponsored links for toaster ovens, taking people off eBay. And I'm talking the exact same item. Look at this. Brentwood 4-slice toaster oven. Exactly the same item that these folks are selling up here. I'm not kidding you. Now, I was under the impression this kind of stuff was going to stop. Taking people off eBay. I just don't get this. Have any of you guys noticed this in any of your particular categories? Again, I happen to be selling right now in a category that I'm not all that familiar with, but I'm wondering if you guys have experienced this yourself. So if you have, please comment below. Thank you. So yeah, guys, you could see that there were many examples of the identical toaster oven that I have for sale on eBay. But at the very bottom of the screen, there were sponsored links for the same freaking toaster oven taking people off eBay. Now, I know some of you have complained about this in the last few weeks, and now I was actually able to cite an example myself. So, my questions to you guys, have you encountered this? And if so, or if not, how do you feel about it? Tell me below. I get quite a few people writing to me on my crazynewyorkdriver@AOL.com email address saying things like this. Joe, I have a complaint about eBay. And they'll state their complaint. And then they'll finish it off with saying, Joe, you should really go to your eBay contacts and tell them about this and get this rectified. I only go to my eBay contacts if it's an egregious and very important problem. I don't go for mundane stuff. If a person wrote in and said, I wish sellers could leave negative feedback for deadbeat buyers, Joe, go to your eBay contacts and tell them that. No, absolutely not. That's not a life and death situation, and besides, I know it's never going to change anyway. So I'm not going to waste my ammunition on that. But when something really important does come up, I will go to them. For instance, selling positive feedback on eBay. That's wrong, and I moved and I went to my eBay contacts, and yeah, I got those auctions knocked down. Another example was, like I said earlier in today's video, when I was being stalked by that guy in Michigan, sure, I went to eBay and I got that problem taken care of too. Because that's huge, that's important. That's the kind of thing I will move on. But if you have a super egregious problem or notice a super egregious problem, comment it. We'll bring it up for discussion. On automated returns, I had a very interesting thing happen this week that I'd like to share with you guys. To rehash what automated returns is, it's a program that I actually think is very good and helpful. It's only for sellers like myself who, number one, offer 30-day returns, no questions asked, and number two, encounter a buyer who wants to return an item under the buyer remorse category, where they, the buyer, is paying for the return shipping. So I'm going to do another cutaway, and we're going to come back and discuss this because I think you'll enjoy this. Let's do that cutaway right now. Hey guys, in this short cutaway, I want to talk about eBay's automatic returns program and automatic returns in general. As you may know, I'm enrolled in eBay's automatic returns program, and I think it's a really good program. But let me explain it to you briefly once again. If a person buys an item from you, gets it, and wants to return it because of buyer remorse, meaning they bought the wrong size, they don't like the color, they found a better price, they changed their mind, the return is automatically approved by eBay because the buyer is going to pay the shipping back to you. Okay? This only applies for buyer remorse cases. If the buyer claims not as described, then this program does not apply. Even if you're enrolled in it, you get to fight the SNAD claim. But let's take a look at this return because I want you to see this for yourself. Last week I sold an item, which right here, look, 2000 to 2005 Chevy Impala Monte Carlo 16-inch bolt-on hubcap wheel cover new. Now, her reason for returning it, all right, found a better price. Most everything I found on eBay was in sets of 4. I ordered, and when received, I only got 1. I don't need just 1, I need 4, and found them at a better price for 4. You know, there's no other word I can use for this kind of thing but the word stupidity. Is there anybody watching this video now that does not clearly understand that it says 2000 to 2005 Chevy Impala Monte Carlo 16-inch bolt-on hubcap wheel cover new? The picture shows 1. Is there anyone out there that can tell me how this person could get screwed up and think they're getting 4? Because this kind of thing has been a problem since day one. Lately it hasn't been as bad. It used to be bad, but this is the first one of these I've had in a while, and I'm wondering what you guys think about this. Now keep in mind, this is going to be a very costly mistake for her. Alright, $49.95 for a brand new bolt-on wheel cover, which is $100 at the GM dealer. I'm giving back the $49.95, but I charged her original shipping, as I charge most people now, and she also has to pay the return shipping. So this is one lesson that's not going to come cheap. People need to read the listing before making the purchase. But the purpose of this little cutaway was to say I do love eBay's automatic returns process. I think it's a great program. It eliminates one step of the seller having to accept the return they would accept anyway. Okay guys, as you saw, what happened was a person bought one of my items thinking they were getting all 4. You know guys, I gotta be honest with you, that's the only thing I have absolutely no tolerance for. Alright, I can understand a buyer buying the wrong size, the wrong year, the wrong make, color, model, anything like that is legit. Picture showed 1 item. The listing clearly said 1! How could this person be so illiterate to think they were getting all 4? I am freaking stymied. Stymied! If there's anyone, I'm begging you, if there's anyone watching this video that just saw that clip that can tell me how that person could think they were getting 4 pieces, please, please, given the information I put out, I want to know it. But to continue on automated returns, basically what this person did was they bought my item, screwed up, didn't read the listing, I guess, or maybe bid on it with their eyes closed, got the item, and said, oh, I thought I was getting all 4. So they filed for a return under buyer remorse, which means they're paying the shipping back. This little adventure is going to cost this person $30 because I charged them $15 shipping out west to get the item, and they're going to pay another $15 shipping back to me. So it's going to be a little expensive lesson learned for that person to read better next time. Guys, with the climate the way it is today and with the amount of returns I get, I'm charging shipping from now on. I said this for weeks and months. This is a good example of how I'm protected. If that had been a free shipping item, I would be eating the shipping going to the customer, which is $15. And those days, my friends, are over. Now, guys, I'd like to talk about holiday toys and things that are selling this time of year. Last year, one of the big toys was the Hatchimals, and I was unable to jump on that bandwagon. Although I really did try, I was unable to score any. This year, the Hatchimals have changed because there are so many different variations out there for sale. One of the hottest ones seems to be the egg carton, with a dozen little Hatchimals in this egg carton that's pink. I tried to score them numerous times and I was unable to. But I was able to purchase some Hess toy trucks, and I got a great Hess toy truck story for you that you guys are going to freaking love. So, for those of you guys who've been watching my videos over the years, I'm a Hess toy truck collector. And the prices of these things can be very volatile, even during the current year. 2 years ago, in 2015, I purchased 2 Hess toy trucks in my collection. However, unbeknownst to me, the price skyrocketed because the website ran out and they were going for crazy money on eBay. So I sold both my personal trucks, which I was going to collect for myself, on eBay. I paid about $33 each truck. I sold the first one for $90 and the second one for $115. I was jumping for joy. So last year, 2016, I bought a full case, intending to break the bank. However, they were a dead seller. The website did not run out until the very end. Therefore, there was never any demand on eBay, and I was unable to make any money whatsoever on the 2016 model Hess toy truck. In fact, on some of them, I broke even, and there was a few where I actually lost a few bucks. But I was finally able to sell them all. They're gone. Okay, this year, 2017, I was cautious. I said, I don't think there's going to be a huge demand. I don't think they're going to run out early. I'm going to buy only 4. I bought 4, and they arrived last week. And true to my nature, when I got the 4, I put the box in my storeroom where I keep my thrifting items. Let me take a drink. Hold on a second. Fox News Cup of Life, baby! So the Sunday that just passed, we had a snowstorm. Actually, we had the snowstorm on Saturday. So I was stuck inside Saturday and Sunday, so I decided to use that time to do listing. So I went into my thrifting room and I saw the Hess toy trucks, 4 of them in a case. I took the first truck out because I was going to ship that to a friend of mine for his son. So that truck went out. So I had 3 left. I listed them on eBay for $49.95 each plus shipping. The reason I chose that price was I looked on eBay, and I think the most expensive one was $53 with free shipping, okay? And they weren't selling, of course, because they still had them at HessToyTruck.com. So I thought nothing of it. On Monday that just passed, I said, I wonder if I should order some more, just to be safe. And I said, nah, I got 3 listed on eBay. If they sell, I will, bang, jump on the website and order more. But I don't foresee the website running out this early. So on Tuesday at noontime, I get a ka-ching on my iPhone. Ka-ching! I look to see what's sold, and it's a Hess toy truck. I'm like, wow, I didn't think that would sell. But then I notice I have a notification on my phone that I didn't hear from HessToyTruck.com telling me that they have sold out. HessToyTruck.com, done. No more trucks. I'm like, oh no, I gotta move fast. I'm thinking I can jump on eBay and I can revise these 2 remaining trucks and inflate the price. While I'm thinking about this, ka-ching, there goes truck number 2 out. Oh no. Immediately, 10 seconds later, I get the piano music, which means a question from a buyer. So I'm thinking, maybe it's one of the guys that just bought a truck he wants to cancel. Oh yes, that'd be great. I can then relist that truck for more money. But it was not. What it was a guy, neither of those 2, it was a third person, says, Joe, I see you're selling a Hess toy truck for $49.95 plus shipping. I live in your general area. Would you be willing to do a local pickup for that truck? Oh no. Remember last week when I told you guys about local pickups? I will never do a local pickup. I've been burned and stung too many times. People want me to hold on to their items, and I'm not running a pawn shop. I'm not Rick freaking Harrison. I'm Joseph DeMarco, eBay seller. No way. This guy is so freaking cheap. He doesn't want to pay that shipping on the hottest toy that's out right now that nobody else can get for $49.95. I was a little bit mad, I admit that. While I'm thinking about what to write back to him, ka-ching, there goes truck number 3 out. So, the moral of the story is, number 1, I didn't make the huge killing I'd hoped, but I did make a little money on each of my 3 trucks. Oddly enough, all 3 of my buyers were brand new zero feedback people that registered to eBay that moment to buy my truck, which is telling me that the people were going to HessToyTruck.com to buy the item, finding out that there were none, then they were Googling it and it was bringing them to eBay, and my item, which was probably the cheapest at that time, was being highlighted, so they snapped my stuff up right away. I checked last night and there are still Hess toy trucks listed, anywhere from about, I saw $75 up to about $110 would buy it now. And then there are people that are listing them, and the listings were maybe hovering about 50, 60 bucks during active auctions. But I did write back to that guy, that customer, and I said, listen, pal, I do not do local pickups for any reason because I've been stung way too many times. Not going to happen. But it's a moot topic anyway because I just sold all 3 of my trucks to people that were very glad to pay the shipping. And oddly enough, 2 of the buyers were located in Pennsylvania. So I'm wondering if those 2 buyers did a search by location so they could get the item as quickly as possible. But that's just conjecture on my part. Last night, we had our monthly eBay meetup in New York City at the public library. And I was with the gang, and I spoke with Kathy Terrell again. And she would like to speak to you guys right now. So let's now do a cutaway and talk with Kathy Terrell. Okay, folks, I'm here with Kathy Terrell, who you already know. And tonight, Kathy's going to be talking about what to look forward to in 2018. So without further ado, Kathy?
Thanks so much, Joe. So what Joe and I were talking about, we were just at the Greater New York City eBay e-commerce meetup. And what you've got to be thinking about, as much as everybody's doing all the Christmas selling and focusing on Christmas and focusing on the holidays and getting those last minute sales, is don't forget about after Christmas. People are shopping right now for their loved ones, but after Christmas they are coming in and shopping for themselves. And you want to be ready for them. So one of the things to think about is what sells for Christmas. And I will tell you what sells for Christmas is New Year's resolutions. So think about, what are people going to be resolving for the new year? They resolve to get organized. So shelving, anything to do with organization, that's all your shelving systems, it's bins, any kind of organization thing, hanging things, hangers, think closets, think under the bed, think shelves, think boxes, anything that's going to help people to get organized. Binders, folders, systems, DVDs talking about organization. So get ready with all of that. Look around and go, is there things that I've got or things that I can source that are going to help people to get organized? The other thing is things about finances. So if you're selling books, do you have any really good books that are about finances to help people with that? And the other thing in January, drum roll, fitness, because oh dear, we overate over the holidays. Of course, Joe didn't. Of course, I didn't. But we want to knock off those 5 pounds, those 10 pounds. This is the year I'm going to eat healthier. This is the year I'm going to get fit. This is the year I'm going to get flat abs. So all your fitness products, and that's DVDs that are going to be helping people with that. That's books that can help people with that. Also the clothes to do it. So, t-shirts, gym shirts, pants, Pilates pants, fitness pants, leggings, everything like that that I need to wear. Sneakers, socks, everything for fitness. Sports, because part of being fit might be to do a sport. It could be winter sports, so things connected to skiing and snowboarding and skating. It can also be indoor sports, tennis, anything indoor sports, Pilates, yoga, Zumba classes, basketball, boxing classes. That's big in the gyms that I'm going to. So think fitness, think organization, and fitness besides the DVDs is what I'm going to be doing to wear for the fitness, and then equipment. So maybe you've got yoga mats, maybe you've got some barbells, dumbbells, any kind of fitness equipment. All those ab things, there's ab rollers, there's ab crunchy things, there's thigh crunchy things, all different kinds of body parts that we can be working. But you might have them in your home. It might have been something that you bought yourself and hey, you just don't need it anymore. That didn't really work out, so maybe somebody else can enjoy it. But it's something that you can thrift, it's something you can find in consignment stores. It can also be things that you find in retail, because it might be marked down in your area, but it is much higher selling on eBay or wherever else you're selling. So take a look for that. Be organized and be fit, and you want to be dressed to be doing all of those activities. And those are my tips for you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a Happy New Year.
You too, Joe. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Same to you, and rock on, everybody.
Absolutely.
Peace. And that's a wrap.
Good.
Okay, guys. So I know today's video ran a little bit longer than normal, but I had a lot of important material I wanted to get out to you guys. So I hope you find it helpful. I make these videos each week, guys, to try and help you sell on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please give me a thumbs up in the video. This way I know I'm doing the right thing and I'm helpful to you guys. If you don't think so, in the comments section, tell me what you want me to bring up next week, and if I'm able to, I will discuss it. There was a glitch last week, which I didn't get a chance to talk about. I'll mention it quickly. I uploaded my video Friday night at 7 o'clock as usual. So at 7:30, I checked back to see your comments, and I saw that there was 4 or 5 comments, but I was unable to actually see the comment. There was a YouTube glitch. All I could see was the comments and the number, like 4, 5, 8, 10. All Friday night, I was unable to see any comments that you guys left on my video due to a YouTube glitch, which was not resolved until later Saturday, which is the reason why I did not respond to any of your comments last Friday night. I couldn't. But I will try to tonight, within the first hour or two. So yeah, remember guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. I am a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I sure hope you found the video useful. I hope you make a lot of sales this week. Go out there, have a great week. I will see you next Friday night. Rock on and peace! Yeah!